Hey everyone, I'm on the recruiting trail this week with Trinity's Ollie. Ollie, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So first things first, we have to talk about last Saturday. Holy crap, I was at that game and you just were lights out, on fire, unstoppable. Talk about that game for us.
Honestly, that game, it was very different because going into the game, everybody thought that Allen was going to beat us. Everybody was doubting us. You know, y'all seen the votings for who's going to win. But me and my team, we just came together, talked to each other. We was like, we're not going to let each other down. And then we came out there, and that's what happened.
And you just seemed to put the team on your back and just go at it. I mean, were you even remotely tired with 50 carries and 455 yards?
No, man. I was a little bit, not a lot, though. I was good. I mean, we conditioned a lot, so.
I saw your stat line afterwards, and I just my jaw literally dropped to the ground. But what's been really interesting to see is this week you've gotten a bunch of offers from colleges. So let's talk a little bit about that. You know, it looks like you're starting to really get some notoriety for your performance and how good of a player you are. So what are you looking for in a college, and what's your recruiting process been like so far?
Honestly, in the college, I'm looking for somewhere where I feel home. Like, everybody's like a positive attitude. I have a good relationship with everybody, my teammates and the coaches. Somewhere like I fit in home, like at Trinity, basically. So that's really it.
And, you know, what colleges have really started to kind of recruit you lately?
These last couple of days, I talked to Tech, TCU, I talked to Mizzou, I talked to Hawaii. Those are the recent ones.
Well, Riffer and Buzzview, I played soccer at TCU, so we're big TCU fans over here.
I feel you.
So, you know, it's really interesting and cool to talk to people from Trinity. So my dad actually played football at Trinity way back in the 80s. Both the bosses I work with both went to Trinity. And so I know that the Trinity pride runs really deep. But also there's so much tradition at Trinity. What's it like to be a part of a program that's so tradition rich and just a power of the DFW Metroplex and a Texas dynasty?
Honestly, it feels good because, like I said, everybody, like at Trinity, everybody's your family. So basically, everybody on the team is your brother. So basically, y'all just a big family on the field.
And you know what? So who's Ollie Gordon off the field? I mean, we've obviously seen Ollie Gordon on the field, sophomore killing things, junior just coming out of nowhere and just lighting the scoreboard and the field on fire under your feet. But who are you off the field?
I feel like me on the field and off the field is a whole different person. It's like I got a switch, an inner switch. So off the field, that switch for the football is turned off. And I feel like I'm nice off the field and very friendly. But on the field, that's a different story.
So my dad called it a word that I can't say over the air. But my dad totally always talked about the switch.
Yeah.
He called it bad words, so I won't say those. Okay, so you obviously have a lot of personality. I mean, look at your hair. Your hair is freaking just killing it. So can you talk to me about your personality a little bit? I mean, you just seem like a fun, happy, like go-lucky kind of guy.
Yes, ma'am. Honestly, I think I'm very happy. I always keep a positive attitude. You can say I'm friendly. I'm nice to everyone I come across because like you never know what they've been through, so you always got to be nice to people. So that's really it.
You guys pulled off that big win like you did against Allen last week. Going up and you're going to have another tough game against Southlake Carroll. But can you talk about this Trinity team for the 2020 Trinity squad that we're seeing right now?
Honestly, I think we were way different than what we were last year because this year we have come together as a team way different. Like we have more team bonding with each other. Like we open up to each other, we communicate more with each other, and like we just like come together as one. So like therefore we all know what needs to happen. So therefore we work together more on and off the field. So when we're on the field, everything's like just easy.
And for the fan bases that are starting to recognize you and see your name pop up as a potential player for their school, what do you want them to know about you and the kind of player that you are?
I am a very versatile player. I'll let them know that.
I can attest to that. You know, throwing touchdown passes, catching touchdowns, rushing touchdowns. You can just kind of do it all. Next thing you know, they're going to put you at quarterback, or they're going to put you at linebacker next. We're gonna see Ollie Gordon making some sacks.
Right, of course.
So out of your high school career so far, what has been your favorite moment?
Favorite moment out of high school? Let me think. I would say probably not last week, but the week before game, Midland Lee. At halftime, I feel like that was like the best high school moment because like we just came at halftime and we were down by 21, and we were just talking and we was like, we got to get this together because we are not going home this week at all. Like we are not going home. I kept telling them that we aren't, and all our receivers and like our linemen and stuff, we just had like a little meeting before our coaches came down to halftime. We were talking like we were just telling each other, we got you. We told our defense, get out there, get a stop for us, and we got you. We're gonna go score for y'all. And that's what happened. So I feel like that's probably one of my favorite moments.
That's awesome. So I have a couple more questions, then I'll let you go. My first question is, so everyone across the country knows about the haka. How hard is it to learn the haka?
Honestly, when I first came up to Trinity, I thought it would be hard, but like after the first week, once you get the movement down, it's very easy. All you got to do is just remember the words, and then you put it together that next week, and then it's very easy. So I feel like it's not that hard once you put your mind to it.
And once you learn it and you get it under your belt, like how hyped does it actually get you guys when you're doing it? I'm so curious about this.
It gets us very hyped because like it's basically telling us to grab our brothers, like grab a hold of the rope and pull. Like we are coming together as one, and we are not leaving this field until we come out victorious.
So last question. What do you want when this is all said and done and you've chosen where you're going to go to college? I know you have a whole other year since you're just a junior, but when you've chosen where you want to go to college, when the paper's signed, the season's over, what do you want Ollie Gordon's legacy to be at Trinity?
Honestly, I at least want to be one of the best backs that came out of Trinity. Like, I want to be remembered. I want number 2 to be remembered for sure coming out of Trinity and what he did his 3 years at Trinity. Well,
all I've got to say is you're making quite the name for yourself thus far. I really appreciate your time for joining us here on the Recruiting Trail.
Yes, ma'am.